We know not everyone can keep up with all the news from the week. That's why CBS News Colorado has gathered stories that topped our website from the last 5 days. So here's a look at some of the stories that garnered the most interest on CBSColorado.com. Federal agents detained more than 100 people who they believe are in the U.S. illegally during the bust of an underground nightclub last weekend. The operation included 300 officers and agents from the FBI, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, IRS, and Drug Enforcement Agency. The DEA says they found drugs and seized weapons at this club. Law enforcement says more than 200 people were at the club. Later, they said they released most of the partygoers.
It was actually pretty scary. They were a bit too rough on everybody. Because I had my hands behind my back and my shoulders were hurting so bad.
The DEA says 2 people inside had outstanding warrants. There is a bill at the Capitol that would increase health insurance fees in our state, which could end up costing Colorado families hundreds more each year. Right now, the state assesses a fee of about 1% on people who buy insurance on the state exchange. But some lawmakers want to now double the fee and use most of the money to help fund health insurance for undocumented immigrants. Your political reporter, Sean Boyd, learned that if this passes, it would increase funding for Salud program, which helps non-citizens afford health insurance. Last year, the program received $18 million in fees, but under the bill in question, that funding would jump to nearly $75 million. Sean spoke with the CEO of the Colorado Association of Health Plans, Kevin McFatridge, who made it clear he did not support the bill.
No fee is free, right? Somebody has to pay for those fees, and someone's going to have to pay for them. And unfortunately, it's going to go to the Colorado family.
Sean also spoke with some lawmakers who support the bill, like Representative Kyle Brown.
It's important that we are providing health care for folks regardless of their documentation status, regardless of whether they are citizens.
With less than 2 weeks left in the session, the bill remains stalled in committee. An 18-year-old Thornton High School student has been arrested in connection with an attempted kidnapping. Thornton police say Stephen Hausman tried to grab a 15-year-old girl near Thornton Middle School on Monday. He was taken into custody at Thornton High School. Adams 12 five-star school district says they immediately started investigating after receiving the report on Monday afternoon. And in a letter to families, Thornton High's principal says Hausman will not be allowed on school property while the case moves forward. He has a court appearance today. The largest commercial airplane on the planet landed at Denver International Airport on Wednesday. Lufthansa Airlines is operating daily flights from Denver to Munich now. This is the first time one of the German airline's A380 aircraft has operated out of DIA. The plane holds more than 500 passengers, which is nearly 75% larger than the previous plane that flew the same exact route. Well, the population of Denver is growing, which means changes to neighborhoods all across the city. Bigger houses or multifamily residences are replacing smaller, older homes. But your reporter Jasmine Arenas met one Denver family that's staying put, and they say they're being punished for holding out.
The lawsuit involves a legal dispute between the homeowners, a property development company, and the city of Denver. The homeowners claim the developers' actions have negatively impacted their quality of life and their property. They say the only constant in life is change, and that's evident in this West Colfax neighborhood in Denver. What was once a diverse immigrant community is now filled with towering apartment buildings and modern townhomes. But on one corner, one house remains, anchored by 21 years of love and labor.
When we bought this house, it was completely destroyed.
Jorge Cardenas and Griselda Barbosa Martinez have poured their lives into this home, brick by brick, memory by memory.
Since we bought the house, it has been our intention to stay here.
But over the years, developers have tested that plan with unsolicited offers to leave their home. Time and time again, they refused.
Even the city has asked me why I don't just sell my home.
In 2022, they were offered $180,000 for their property. Other homes nearby sell for $500,000. The homeowners declined. Then construction began right next to them. They say a developer tried to shift a city-owned alleyway closer to their house, putting their trees and retaining wall at risk.
They received a letter on their door advising them that in another week that this construction company would be coming onto their property and knocking down all of their trees and that the city of Denver had given authorization to a private company to do this.
The couple's attorney, Anna Martinez, filed a lawsuit accusing the city, developer, and Saunders Construction of bypassing due process.
You could never go to your neighbor's house and claim that your trees are in my house, so I'm just going to come on your property and chop them down.
Still, Martinez argues there's an importance of due process from the city, developers, and the construction company.
What has been completely unclear in this case is the basic question we've asked. Would you please tell us where you believe that the alley is supposed to go to? Where is the boundary of the alley?
CBS Colorado reached out to the city and Saunders Construction. They tell us they cannot comment on pending litigation.
As most people know, if the city of Denver wants to come and take part of your property, there is a process for that.
The defendants in this case, including the city, have filed a motion to dismiss, denying any wrongdoing. Still, the family stands firm on their beliefs as they hold on to their American dream.
This is our home.
The lawsuit now awaits a court decision on whether it will proceed. The case raises questions, though, on whether a private company can exercise its city authority. And if so, will it's a move the plaintiffs call alarming for property owners. In Denver, Jasmine Arenas covering Colorado First.
For a more in-depth look of these stories and the rest of the news that you may have missed this week, you can visit our website at cbscolorado.com.